The Biden administration finalized on Tuesday revised landscaping that affects bodies of water, in response to the Supreme Court's decision in May that changed original version. In a joint announcement, Environmental Protection Agency and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers announced new regulations, called United States WOTUS regulations. The agencies added that they are committed to complying with the law and enforcing the Clean Water Act to protect American water supplies from pollution and degradation. We acted swiftly. Finalize changes to definition waters of the United States America provide a clear path consistent with Supreme Court's decision. He said, going forward, we'll do everything we can with our current authorities and resources to help communities, states and tribes protect the clean water on which all depend. Regan added. Close to 200 GOP Assembly EXPLOSES BIDENS EPA for targeting farmers and farmers' bad federal access. On May 25, Supreme Court ruled that the Biden administration had moved forward with a very broad definition of water, rescinding EPA's original final WOTUS regulations. The decision ultimately ruled that the federal government's definition of WOTUS should be limited to a water source with a permanent surface connection to large bodies of water. Widely acclaimed by landowners, industry groups, and Republican lawmakers, Supreme Court's decision came months after the EPA and Army approved original WOTUS regulation. The rule opened door for federal government to regulate wetlands, lakes, ponds, streams, and relatively permanent waterways. It largely mimicked pre-2015 environmental rules set during Obama administration, which implemented changes to reduce water pollution. The regulation was the broadest comment to date on which water resources should be protected under the CWA. Biden executive files a law on eco-actions that the industry says can cost millions of jobs. Industry groups, Republican lawmakers in Congress, and many states have criticized the regulation as an example of federal extremism and demanded that it be repealed. In April, a federal judge accepted a request from 24 states and various trade groups to halt enforcement of the regulation, passed a bill that rejected regulation, and EPA's WOTUS rule came when the Sackett v. EPA case was in Supreme Court. This case focused on Michael and Chantell Sackett, two Idaho residents who EPA banned years ago from building homes near the wetland. Citing Clean Water Act, the EPA was forced to revise regulations after the court ruled in Sacketts' favor. But in response to Tuesday's revision of WOTUS, the EPA is facing additional criticism for not going so far as to keep its regulations in line with the Supreme Court ruling. Despite our warnings that Biden WOTUS rule is clear excess in legislation and Supreme Court's strong rejection waters of United States definition, ministration continues to take a non-serious approach to issuing permanent rule that will